More than 20,000 protesters have marched to Greece's parliament to challenge the new debt reduction measures. Public anger has been growing over deep salary and pension cuts, as well as tax hikes. The protest is part of the fourth general strike this year. Almost 2,000 police have been deployed in Athens to control the crowds. Violent protests 2 weeks ago left 3 people dead after a bank fire. And for more on the crisis in Greece, we're now joined by journalist Stelios Christomidis live from Athens. Hello to you, sir. So tell me, how was today's protest? Were there any violent scenes?
A very good evening to you, Rory, and to all your viewers in Russia and all over the world. It was an extremely peaceful evening today and the morning, of course. Greek people demonstrated very peacefully about what's going on with the IMF and all the other measures recently. I also have to stress out to you and to your viewers that if some 100 people, sometimes 100 or 200 people manage to penetrate the protests and they create chaos, it's not a problem of the Greek society, it's a problem of the police. They have the equipment, they have the cameras, they can arrest them. Greek media call them usually the well-known, unknown people. So police can do, what they have to do, and people also can demonstrate peacefully as they did today.
Tell me, what do the protesters and strikers really hope to achieve? Do they not think they'll just worsen the situation?
Yes. Rory, there is at the moment concentrated anger in Greek citizens because not only they see their salaries being reduced, but at the same time they see the cost of living going very high recently. We have inflation, and at the same time, we have this depression, and it's impossible for an average Greek family to manage to survive these days. So they are not so happy, and of course I have to tell you that recently, you remember Dominic Strauss-Kahn stated that if he was a member of a Greek syndicate, he would strike as well, he will demonstrate as well. And let alone the latest developments with the states of Mr. Papandreou, who said that he will be seeking responsibilities in some financial institutions and US banks, and of course he is going to act if there is something wrong with all this speculation. But also, the main problem, Rory, is that Prime Minister Papandreou said that all those measures and all the sacrifices that they asked from the Greek people, they will be hedged by the spread of the interest rates, and this is really very unfair, as you understand. I'm talking about spreads of 200 and even 300 points. They are enough to hedge all the sacrifices, Rory.
Tell me, what do the Greek people think about the International Monetary Fund and the European Central Bank? What is the Greek media telling you?
That's a very good question, Rory. I have to tell you, I have to ask you, why is it that the very name of IMF brings havoc and terror everywhere? It's simply because we do know what has happened to the countries that they were cornered by it in the past. Of course, now they say that they have a new recipe, things are going to be better, but only time will decide, and we will see if they can really change their policies with the Greek situation. Now, your second question about what they think about the European Central Bank and the Eurozone leaders, this is very interesting, Rory, because I have to tell you that 3 years ago, when we had the subprime loans in the United States, I was presenting a program here on a TV station, and I wrote an article, and the title was that the bill is coming for the American economy, but we will all have to pay about it. So many other analysts all over the world and many journalists implied the same thing. Now, a very simple question that all the Greek people have in mind. You don't have to be an Einstein, or you don't have to be a Mr. Tesla to realize what was going to happen with the securitization of those subprime loans. Now, how come Mr. Trichet and his cronies didn't do anything about it before? How come Mrs. Merkel at the moment, only at the moment, she realizes what is short selling, naked short selling, and what it can do to the countries of the Eurozone? Do you remember what happened in Greece 2 months ago? It was exactly the naked short selling that created the spreads and created all this pressure and the need to go to the International Monetary Fund. So there are really critical questions that they need to be answered by official lips of the Eurozone. Also about the CDS and all these dangerous and complicated derivatives. Now they realize it because they see that the European economy could go down the drain, perhaps.
All right, fascinating insight there, sir. Very many thanks to Stelios Christostomides, live from Athens. Thank you.